India and Pakistan share a lot of commonalities, including common border and common history before 1947. But there are many instances of enmity between these two countries who have fought more than three wars and have experienced animosity against each other for over 75 years since the existence of both the nations. But there are certain moments in the history of these two nations that they shared some good feelings and a gesture of friendship as well. And that was for the first time in 30th January 1948 when father of the Indian nation, Mahatma Gandhi, was assassinated by Nathuram Godse, an Hindu extremist. And as a result and as a reaction to this, Pakistan observed a holiday as a symbol of mourning of the death of Indian leader, the great Indian leader. And not only that, Pakistani leader Qazi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah expressed grief and profound feelings of grief over the demise of such a great leader like Mahatma Gandhi, and said that the loss to India was inseparable and intolerable. Yes, later on it proved that the forces which were extremist, which were on the side of the killer, became more strong and ultimately converged into what is now the Modi regime. So let's go back into the history on that day. At that day, Qazi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was really very unhappy and grieved over the death of Mahatma Gandhi, with whom he had shared lots of feelings. Both belonged to, in fact, originally from Kashmir, Gujarat, Kathiawar, and that's very interesting. Let's talk about more. Why Pakistan observe the death of Mahatma Gandhi as a moment of grief for Pakistan also, because Mahatma Gandhi had been observing fast till death just for the rights of Pakistan and Muslims in India. For Pakistan, he had been demanding of the Indian government to hand over those assets worth 75 crores of rupees to Pakistan, which Pakistan was entitled to receive. And when the Indian government was not ready to, so he observed that fast. And another thing that he was doing was he wanted to get the mosques in Delhi vacated for worship for the Muslims, because they had been occupied by the migrants who had been coming from Pakistan, Hindu and Sikh migrants. So he wanted the mosque be restored for Muslims. That was what he had been demanding of the government. In fact, it was these 2 points and do things and the principles Mahatma Gandhi was sticking to that infuriated many extremist Hindus like Nathuram Godse and others, and RSS wing as well, who went on to the extent of killing Mahatma Gandhi. And it did happen on 30th of January 1948. So Godse was hanged later on, but in fact, it was the moment that, in fact, Pakistan and India shared the same grief. Later on and afterwards, we see very few moments in the history of these two nations that they share grief or happiness on the same time. Thanks for watching. If you find that this is interesting, I will connect to it even later on. Thank you. These are parts of history, and history is a good lesson for us to mold our futures accordingly. Thank you.